Facebook's giving you 100%, YouTube's giving you about 70% or less, and Twitch is taking up to 50% of your subscription revenue.
Starting August, which is this month, and for the next entire year, Facebook Gaming will not be taking any fees from fan subscriptions. Previously, they were taking a 30% cut. Now they are saying for at least a year, they will be taking a 0% cut. So with YouTube, you've got channel memberships, and creators receive 70% of membership revenue after applicable taxes and fees are deducted. All transaction costs, including credit card fees, are currently covered by YouTube. But this was the cut that Facebook was doing, and that they just have now gone down so they can compete versus YouTube as well. I would assume YouTube, you were talking about this earlier, well, they suffer from the Google, Apple cut via mobile as well, do they not?
They do. All of them suffer from the Google, Apple cut via mobile. Right out the gate, 30% of that pie taken away, YouTube eats it. You're left with 70%. If somebody decides to subscribe to you through a mobile device, of that 70% of the pie that's left, 30% of that is taken. So you slice that off, take that away, and then Google or Apple eats that. So you're left with maybe 50% of the pie left. Then on top of that, there are local taxes and fees. Let's say those can be 5 to 10%. So you slice a little bit more of that off. So you're left with maybe 45-ish% of the money on YouTube. But wait, there's more. If there's an MCN involved, a multi-channel network, broadband TV, or Freedom Network, or any of the other folks that are out there, if they've negotiated to take a percentage of your revenue too, of that 45% that's left in the end, I mean, maybe they're cutting off another piece. Maybe you're down to 35% of your revenue, 40% of your revenue. So YouTube can be complicated. Don't be fooled by this idea that you're getting 70% of the revenue and that's better than Twitch necessarily. You could be left with less than 50% on YouTube, depending on what the scenario is. Mobile devices, local fees and local taxes, and MCN taking a piece of that pie from you.
Twitch just takes 50%, just takes half of all your subscription revenue, but there's no additional hassle here.
One thing to keep in mind is that Twitch is so much better monetized than the other platforms in terms of the viewership that's there and the ability to give people subscriptions, gift subs, gaming subs now, Prime gaming subs now. So those two features can really increase your sub numbers. Also, they have tiered subs, which YouTube has now implemented. I think Facebook is also looking at this, where you can give more than $4.99. You can give $10.99. You can give $9.99. You can give a higher amount of money. And so those monetization opportunities are many. Basically, you have a free one if you're on Amazon. You have ones that you can gift people, which is great. And then the third part is obviously subscribing on a multi-tiered basis. But the biggest thing about Twitch, I think even beyond all of the ways that they make it easy to subscribe to somebody's channel, is that Twitch viewers, they just sub. They're engaged. They give you money. Like a higher percentage of Twitch viewers are ready to sub because that is a part of Twitch culture. Whereas on Facebook, not as much. On YouTube, a little bit for sure, but not quite as much. And so Twitch, you might be getting a lower percentage, but the size of your pie could be much larger because of the streaming culture and most importantly, the viewer culture that's on Twitch. You don't have to tell people to sub on Twitch. They already know. They're gonna ask you where your sub button is. They're gonna ask you where your donate is. Like they want to give you money and they're gonna be pushing to give you money because they're conditioned to do that. And that is one of the greatest advantages of Twitch is that you have lots of, let's call them prime buyers.